Hey y'all, welcome back to the Mace Family Homestead. Today we're going to be going outside to start planting our crops. I'm really excited because I've been trying to get the crops ready to be planted, harden them off. The temperatures here have been fluctuating from anywhere from 70 all the way down to 42 degrees during the day. And then of course at night it's fluctuating between mid 20s to 50 degrees. I don't know what's going on with the weather, but today I'm really excited. Let's get going. All right, before we step outside, as you can see, our spices are growing really well. Our basil is just taking off and we're getting roots at the bottom. So these are ready to start going outside or here within the next month. I'm hoping that the weather will warm up. Our cilantro's taking off. I did put this light up here as I told you, and I also put another shelf in here to raise the plants up a little bit, so that we could harden plants off as we're going, or to get plants ready that need more sun as they grow. And down here we're going to start some more seeds. I've already got some seeds going. Our celery is taking off. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me turn the camera a little bit. The celery is really taking off. I was really excited about it. Kind of upset because this light does heat up a little bit, which does help with the germination, but at the same time, it also causes a lot of heat and the soil to dry out. So last night I forgot to water these, and I'm hoping that some of these plants will spring back up, but if not, you know, we've got plenty here going. Let's take a look at the other side. All right, here we have our onions planted this year. We've got red onions, white onions, and yellow onions. And I'm really excited about those being ready to go. I went ahead and planted some tomatoes and bell peppers. I kind of copied off of Haas Tools, where you plant the seed and instead of putting more dirt on top, just put some perlite. I got some perlite from the local stores, like $4 for a bag. Not that expensive, and it goes a long ways. Let's take a look outside and let's take a look at the plants that we're gonna be planting today. All right, y'all, we got our cabbage and our lettuce. Everything was stuck out throughout the week. I started last Saturday with these guys and started bringing them outside just in increment levels. And as you can see here, get this leaf off. As you can see here, if you leave the leaves out or the plants out way too long, it does get sun damage, and as you can see, they just burn. So we've got our lettuce ready to go and everything else. We've got our cabbage, our red cabbage, our star cabbage, our mustard. So I'm really excited because I've had trouble before of planting things out and hardening them off. I guess I really didn't understand the process. I'm glad this year I really took the time to really study more about hardening off plants. And it just depends on your region, where you're at, what the weather's like. And as you can hear, it's really windy and the camera's swaying back and forth. But it really kind of depends on your area, where you're at, again, what your temperatures are going to be. So what I did is I just went ahead and started bringing them out. I brought them out for the first time for like 15 minutes. I just set a timer. Kept them underneath the awning just to make sure that they could get acclimated to being outside. And then brought them back in, and I kept doing that, but I'd start exposing them out to the sun a little bit at a time. And the best time you want to do it is when you have an overcast day. But of course, here in New Mexico, overcast days are far and few between. We have mostly sunny skies all the time, but again, as I've told y'all before, the biggest damaging thing is the wind. So as you can see, this is our figure 8. Just put this in, turn this tube, and it locks in, and it won't let any water come back out. Let's see. Okay, this strip tape has emitters every 6 inches. As you can see that blue dot right in between my fingers there, that's an emitter. So 6 inches away is another emitter. The reason why we went with 6 inches is because we're gonna be densely packing in our garden this year so that we can ensure that we have a good harvest. All right, y'all, we got our trench dug. We're just gonna go ahead and use this knife, and I'm gonna cut it right here by an emitter. And we'll get ready to connect it to our tubing. Simply by using our scissors here. Got our hole punched. Now we'll take our connector, just punch that right in here. There we go. Take our emitter tape, open this up, slide our tape on, screw this down. There we go. That's done. So our tape is hooked to our tubing. Now all we have to do is just start burying this. I don't have one of those handy dandy tool systems like Haas does that will just go back, bury it, and or install the tape and bury it at the same time. So I'm gonna have to do this by hand. All right, that's done. Found some labels out here that we used last year for labeling out what plants we planted, where they were at. And then of course I got the stickers, the cockaburs, whatever you want to call them. And so now I'm gonna go ahead and cut the line and get ready to splice in the water and see how everything works. All right, y'all. The piping's all together. We've got our tee going into our hose here. Took a little bit of struggle to get these on, but it is what it is. The pipe is laid out all the way over here, and it is all inflated. And as you can see, let's go down here. These locks preclude the water from coming just willy-nilly out. We've got our pipe, and as you can see, it's already starting to get, the emitters are starting to come up. So we're gonna let this run for a little bit and make sure the whole hose is covered, because the temperature is gonna drop again tonight. But as you can see, there's the emitter, and it is putting out the water, which is exactly what we want. And over here, you can see the garlic starting to come up. Gotta be careful where I walk. But we got more of the garlic starting to come up this year than we did previously. I came out and burned some of the grass that was still here from the cover crop. But so far so good. All right, y'all. As you can see, the emitters have put out a lot of water, and we can already start seeing where the water's going to be. Got all the plants out here. So now it's just time to start planting, as I got an audience here of the couple goats that we have. So let's go ahead and get started. We got 3 lines of drip irrigation. The lettuce has been planted. The cabbage has been planted. Whoo! And it's gonna be a warm day. It's gonna be 70 degrees today. So I'm gonna wrap up here. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Thanks again for subscribing. Share this video with somebody you know. Please give us a like or a thumbs up and ring the bell notification. And we'll see you next time.